Early childhood. According to Eric Erickson, in preschool, we take initiative, try out new things, and learn basic principles like how round things roll. We ask, it is okay to me to do what I do? If we are encouraged, we can follow our interests. If we are held back or told of what we do is silly, we can develop guilt. We are now learning from the entire family. A very important aspect of personality development, according to Rogers, is the parents-child relationship. The nature of that relationship and whether it fosters self-actualization or impedes personal growth determines the nature of the individual's personality and consequently their self-structured and psychological adjustment. According to Piaget, kids learn through the pretend play but still struggle with the logic and taking the point of view of other people. They also often struggle with understanding the idea of constancy. For example, a researcher might take a lump of clay, divide it into two equal pieces, and then give a child for choice between two pieces of clay to play with. One piece of clay is rolled into a compact ball while the other is smashed into a flat pancake shape. Since the flat shape looks larger, the pre-operational child will likely choose that piece even though the two pieces are exactly the same size. Elementary school children. As the child begins life with unactualizing tendencies, as they experience life and perceive the world around them, they may be supported in all things by those who care for them, or they may be only supported under certain conditions. Now, we discovered our interests and realized that we are different from others. We want to show that we can do things right. We ask if we can make it in this world. If we receive recognition from our teachers or peers, we become industrious, which is another word for hardworking. If we get too much negative feedback, we start to feel inferior and lose motivation. Our neighbors and schools now influence us the most. During this time, we also became less egocentric and begin to think about how other people might think and feel. We, in the concrete operational stage, also begin to understand that their thoughts are unique to them and that not everyone else necessarily share their thoughts, feelings, and opinions. Adolescence or high school. During adolescence, we learn that we have different social roles. We have friends, students, children, and citizens. Many experience an identity crisis. If our parents now allow us to go out and explore, we can find identity. If there pushes to conform to their views, we can face role confusion and feel lost. Key to our learning is our peers and role model. In physical aspect, according to Maslow, physical changes occurs most dramatically in the early period. A sudden growth spurt can cause rapid increases in weight and height. Most obvious physical changes in adolescence relate to the development of the sexual organs and the secondary sexual characteristics. In mental aspects, adolescents learn to make decisions and to accept responsibility for their actions. At times, this causes conflict because they are treated as both children and adults, or are told to grow up while being reminded that they are still children. Young adult. The young adult often deals with independence, makes career choices, establish a lifestyle, select a marital partners, start family, and establish values, all of which involve making many decisions, and forming many judgments. Social development frequently involves moving away from the peer group, and young adults instead associate with others who have similar ambitions and interests regardless of age. The ability of young adults, the way they think about abstract ideas and situations, is the key hallmark of the formal operational stage of cognitive development. The ability to systematically plan for the future and reason about hypothetical situations are also critical abilities that emerge during this stage. As young adults, we slowly understand who we are and we start to go with a relationship built earlier in order to fit in. We ask ourselves if we can love, if we can make a long-term commitment. We are confident and happy. If we cannot form an intimate relationship, we might end up feeling isolated and lonely. Our friends and partners are the central to our development. Middle age. Levinson believed that by the mid-40s, it is generally established that one is a full generation ahead of the younger adults, thus formally encompassing them in the middle-aged society. He also believed that a person should be finished with their midlife transition task around the age 45, at which point new development tasks arise. Maslow has three different types of development in middle age. First is the social development. Family relationship may see a decline as children begin life of their own and parents die. Relationships between husband and wife can become stronger as they have more time together and opportunities to enjoy success. In contrast, divorce rates are also high in this group because many couples have remained together for the children's sakes and separate after children leave home. Emotional development. Middle age can be a period of contentment and satisfaction, or it can be a time of crisis. Job stability, financial success, and the end of child rearing and good health due to disease prevention can all contribute to emotional satisfaction. And in mental development, mental ability can continue to increase during middle age, a fact that has been proven by the many individuals in this life stage who seek formal education, acquired an understanding of life, and have learned to cope with many different stresses. According to Levinson, after retiring, he is supposed to take part in valued work that comes from our own creativity, leading into the development task of striking a balance between involvement with society and with oneself. Maslow believed that there are three types of development in later adulthood: the physical, emotional, and mental aspect. First is the physical aspect. Physical development, all body systems are usually affected. Skin dry, wrinkled, and thinner. Brown or yellow spots appear. Hair thin, bones are brittle and break more easily. Body begins to stoop. Muscle loss and bone strength decline, leading to fatigue and poor coordination. Emotional development. Emotional stability varies among individuals in this age group. Some elderly people cope well with stresses presented by aging and remain happy and able to enjoy life. Others became lonely, frustrated, withdrawn, and depressed. Mental development. Some 90 years old remain alert and well-oriented, while others show decreased mental capacity. Many can remember things that happened over 20 years ago, but not yesterday events. Erik Erikson believed that as we grow older, we tend to slow down and begin to look back over our lives. We ask, how I've done. If we think we did well, we develop feeling of contentment and integrity. If not, we can experience despair and become grumpy and bitter. This is not the time to compare with mankind.